what if education wasn't about preparing for the future, but actually designing it? That's the big idea we're diving into today. A look at the SNS institutions and their unique blueprint for creating the leaders of tomorrow.
You know, this quote isn't just a catchy slogan. It's really a declaration of intent. It's all about moving past just reacting to what's coming and instead getting in the driver's seat and actively creating it. So how in the world does a school actually do that? Let's break it down. Okay, so the whole thing kicks off with this really bold promise: redesigning minds. And this isn't just about, cramming your head with facts. It's about fundamentally rewiring how students think and tackle the world around them. And look, skills are obviously super important, right? But they're not really the main goal here. Think of them more as a side effect of a much deeper change, something that goes way beyond just the technical stuff in a student's toolbox. This slide, it just nails the whole idea of that transformation. Just picture it. You've got this brilliant but maybe kind of shy coder, and through the right mentorship and getting their hands dirty with real projects, they just blossom into this confident presenter. I mean, someone who can not only build amazing tech, but can also get up there and inspire a room full of people with their vision. That's what redesigning a mind is all about. And really, that's the ultimate payoff, isn't it? It's about completely shattering those self-imposed limits and unlocking a whole world of possibilities that students might not have even known was out there for them. All right, so what's holding this whole transformative approach together? Well, it all comes down to a really powerful mix of deeply held values and a seriously bold vision for the future. So the moral compass for SNS is guided by 3 core ideas: sincerity, nobility, and service. But you know how it is? Are these just nice-sounding words they put on a poster, or do they actually mean something in the real world? Oh, far from it. This slide shows you exactly how these values spring to life. You've got IT students who aren't just mastering code for themselves, they're out there sharing that passion, teaching it to local school kids. I mean, talk about a powerful act that wraps up sincerity, nobility, and service all in one. Okay, now let's switch gears and talk about the vision. The big goal here is to build an entrepreneurial mindset in every single student. And the tool they use to do that? It's design thinking, this awesome 5-step framework for tackling real-world problems. And again, this is not this textbook theory. We're talking hands-on practice. Students actually used that exact design thinking process to create a bus tracking app for their community. So they're not just learning to think like coders, but like real innovators who solve actual human problems. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the why behind the SNS approach. Now let's get into the nuts and bolts, the how. We're going to look at the innovative framework that makes this whole vision a reality for every student who walks through their doors.
The entire SNS experience is built on these 5 interconnected pillars, and you should really think of them like the crucial support beams of a building. Each one is absolutely essential for creating a learning journey that's holistic and truly life-changing.
And this is cool. It breaks down exactly how each of those pillars helps out, say, an IT student. We're talking everything from specialized UI/UX training and collaborating with actual startups, all the way to using their tech skills to do some real social good. But, a great structure is only half the battle. It's really about the culture. And the 3P culture, that's purpose, process, and people, that's the real lifeblood that pumps through the entire SNS system. And here is a perfect example of that culture in action. So you've got a student team building a real-time attendance system. The purpose? Super clear. The process? It's structured, using professional tools like Agile, which is just a flexible, team-based way to manage projects, and GitHub, a platform for tracking all their code. And it all comes together through people, working together as a team. See? This is how a strong culture leads to really impactful work. So, after all this, what's the end result of this whole carefully crafted system? Well, it's a completely new kind of graduate. Someone who is totally future-ready, deeply skilled, and has that powerful entrepreneurial spark. Competencies are built through what they call the 3C competency circle. And it's a pretty powerful trifecta. First up, you've got attitude, fostering that curiosity and sense of accountability you see in high-pressure events like hackathons. Then, logical and business skills. So going beyond just writing code, actually designing apps that people want and need. And of course, the hard technical skills, like building AI with Python. But notice how attitude is right there at the foundation. It's really the engine that drives the other two, creating a professional who's truly well-rounded and ready for anything. And for those students who are dreaming really big, there's Spine. Think of it as the institution's own innovation hub, a place that takes student projects and helps turn them into real-world businesses.
It's all about empowering them to create wealth and make a real impact.
This slide tells a great story about Spine in action. You have a group of IT students who spotted a problem on campus, built an AI chatbot to fix it, and then, with mentorship, turned that whole thing into a successful startup. It's a perfect example of the institution's commitment to really fostering that entrepreneurial spirit.
All right, so we've walked through the entire SNS ecosystem, from the values and the vision to the framework itself. Now, let's pull it all together and look at the final result. The person who emerges at the end of this transformative journey.
And the result is what they call a complete innovator. It's a graduate who has gone on this incredible journey from simply being a coder to becoming a social entrepreneur, from being a student to becoming a leader. Someone who is fully prepared not just to find a place in the future, but to actually get out there and build it.
And this final question, it really just gets to the absolute heart of the entire SNS philosophy. It challenges all of us, really, to rethink what education is even for. What if we moved beyond just preparing students for a future that's going to happen to them, and instead we empowered them to be the ones designing it themselves? Just imagine, what kind of world could we create then?